A versatile line of over-the-counter hearing help. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Audien, Audien, is CEO Ishan Patel. Hi, Ishan.
Hey, Fred. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, let's start for everyone with a bit of background about the company.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Audien Hearing is actually the number one OTC hearing aid company in the world. We started bootstrapped 5 years ago in a garage in Tempe, Arizona, with a dream and mission to make hearing affordable and accessible for everyone. We ended up launching the first $99 hearing device, went on to create the first $98 over-the-counter hearing device that we launched nationwide with Walmart. And fast forward to today, we've got over 1 million customers nationwide and growing. So it's been a really amazing and incredible journey.
Wow, congratulations. So, how did this happen? Tell me about your background and how this came about.
So I really grew up with hearing loss, right? Of the three co-founders, I'm one of them. All three of us had grandparents suffering from hearing loss. For me, I really learned how much families suffer from hearing loss when I was about 8 years old. My grandpa has pretty significant hearing loss, and it pretty much took my ability to have a relationship with him away, right? You're there, but you're not there. You're sitting at the dinner table, kind of blank stare, looking down, and then eventually it gets to the point where it's so challenging to communicate with somebody, you almost don't want to, no matter how much you love them. So when the FDA approved over-the-counter hearing aids to make hearing aids affordable and accessible for the 80% of the world population that doesn't use them, that does need them, I realized this was something that was very close to home that really needed to be disrupted.
But you entered a market that's got some pretty big names in it, and Apple, for instance.
Mhm.
How do you go about differentiating what you're doing and become a leader in the category?
So the way we really approached it, I think never underestimate the grassroots approach, right? When I entered the hearing industry, I actually worked first in product testing, in customer service, and then in phone sales. So I actually personally spoke to over 1,000 people and helped 1,000 families and people get their hearing aids back then. And so through that process, I heard everyone's kind of hopes and dreams and fears, the isolation, the loneliness. So when it came time to start Audien and invent our own product, I think it was pretty clear to me where the gap in the market was, and people were really very vocal about what they were looking for. So we really designed the product around what the consumer base we were trying to serve wanted and needed because it just didn't exist in the marketplace. So I think a consumer-centric approach by actually sitting down and talking individually to people has been at the heart of every single innovation we make at Audien.
You have different styles around the back of the ear, the Ion series, I think, and the Atom series, which is in ear. How do models differ when it comes to offering help?
So I think a lot of people are looking for something that feels approachable and easy to use. So the in the ear models are definitely our most popular and highest selling right now because it's a little bit more discreet. It's really comfortable. It's super easy to use. And for somebody who maybe doesn't want to either admit they have hearing loss or is just trying to get their dabble, I guess, and get their help that they need, that's a really great solution. The behind the ear models are, of course, going to be more powerful, and they're really for the people who are looking for that added functionality. If you need Bluetooth, app control, or if you just want something that's a little easy from a dexterity standpoint to adjust as well. So we really have a broad variety that can help everyone from every walk of life.
You touched on something there, and that is, I guess, a stigma. Many people don't want to have it be obvious that they have a hearing assistance device. And for that reason, there's a great need out there, right? Many people aren't getting help.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of the billion people in the world that have hearing loss and the approximately 50 million Americans, 80% of them don't use a hearing aid, which is staggering, right, Fred? I see the glasses on your face. Can you imagine if 80% of the world population that needed eyeglasses didn't wear them, right? We'd shut down the planet tomorrow. No one could drive to work or read a book or even look at a computer. So it's one of those things that is such an incredible need, yet somehow it's gone so unserved for nearly 100 years since the hearing industry first started.
I ordered the Audine hearing aid and I've been very happy. You can barely see it.
They've worked beautifully, and the cost was very affordable.
It's changed my life.
You can't even tell I have them on. Again, I'm very happy.
I just love these hearing aids.
Not only do I like the aids themselves, which were very, very reasonable in price, I like the fact that their support is better than any hearing aids company I have had contact with.
I find them very comfortable.
So Johns Hopkins University and Harvard Health have both released studies that show hearing loss is actually one of the precursors and biggest indicators of Alzheimer's and dementia. So if you have mild hearing loss, you're twice as likely to get Alzheimer's and dementia. If you have moderate, 3 times as likely, and severe, 5 times as likely. And then Harvard Health even released a study that showed that if you don't wear hearing aids, you actually have a 24% higher chance of premature death due to the negative effects on your brain and on your life.
Wow. So when people are out there shopping today, there are some low price devices out there that can lead to disappointment, I think, and people, buy them and then they just put them away. I'm not going to listen to the echoey stuff and things like
Yeah.
that. So tell us about the models that you have, where pricing starts, and what the realistic expectations should be.
Yeah, so we start at just $98 with our Atom 1, which is sort of the entry price point, but also the base functionality that we found people were asking for, right? They need a device that's discreet, comfortable, and easy to use without too many bells and whistles. They don't want to deal with Bluetooth or app control. So this is great for those individuals. And it's going to be fantastic for people that are looking for an in-the-ear, mild to moderate hearing loss solution, right? And then we go up from there with our Atom Pro 2 at $289, which is going to have your portable charging case, UV cleaning built into it, be a little bit more powerful, a little bit better feedback cancellation. So those are our two in-the-ear models. And then we have our behind-the-ear series. This is going to be really comparable to your like $3,000 to $5,000 devices in functionality. So you've got it at $489 starting, and then that's without Bluetooth and app control. And then our $689 model, which comes with our proprietary app, full Bluetooth, app control, audio streaming. So you're looking at $98 to $689, when the average pair of prescription hearing aids are $4,600.
And people don't need to go to an audiologist or a doctor. I guess they could, but
Mhm.
what's your advice to people who, their spouse maybe says, "Hey, you're not hearing very well," or a friend or a relative. What
Yeah,
should
so
they
I'm
do?
so for those individuals, it's funny. People ask, well, if there's no hearing test or prescription required for over the counter, how do I know that I need hearing aids? And I kind of laugh and respond like, I think we all know, right? We all know that person that needs it because the people you love most are the first line of defense. They're going to tell you. So for those people who are at home, either being the individual with the hearing loss or being the loved one who knows somebody needs that help, that's the beauty of over the counter, right? This is something you can actually get and give to somebody else because it doesn't require all of the medical appointments and processes that a prescription device would. So we actually find that year round, 25% of our orders are for people ordering for a loved one. And then during holiday season, that goes as high as 40 to 50%. So I would say get started, try, right? There's so many things out there. And with Audien, we try to give you the widest variety that you need, but at price points that are actually affordable and accessible. So you can really pick these up and try them because we have money back guarantees and return policies with absolutely every device. And we just want to give that individual that aha moment. Wow, I can hear my granddaughter again. Wow, I haven't connected with my husband or my wife this way in 5 to 10 years, right? That's the moment we're looking for. And all the technical sort of medical jargon that comes with it comes after.
That 45-day money back guarantee is a big deal. Where can people find you?
So we're pretty much everywhere, right? You can go to audienhearing.com, AUDIEN hearing.com. You can go to Amazon, you can go to Walmart, and I can't tell you all the names today, Fred, but we're going to be launching with quite a few retailers later this year. So we're going to be available on many more shelves soon.
Just terrific. And I don't know if you want to show us the blackboard. What's on the horizon here? I'm sure there's more.
Oh, yeah. So this one, I'll give you a teaser. In September, we're going to be launching a new device that we invented, right? We've invented a lot of our devices that it will change the way that people interact with in the ear hearing aids and they consider hearing care. It's going to be the first of its kind with the functionality that I'm releasing. It's never been done in the hearing industry before. We had to actually invent it. I wish I could give you more than that, but that's the teaser you're going to get. And as we get a little closer to launch, I promise to come back and give you a bit more.
Yeah, wait. The site again, Audien Hearing, AUDIEN hearing.com. Congratulations on all of the innovations that are continuing. Ishan Patel, thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you for having me, Fred.